but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a thing. Dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. You know we my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down at 4. Carr, open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Carr. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On 3rd and long, it's Carr, and he's going to go down again. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
And we take a long look at Ezekiel Elliott, who led the league in rushing in 2 out of the last 3 years. Certainly built to handle a huge workload. He led the league in total touches a season ago.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Elliott running right. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones, and he is going to lose yardage here. We're scoreless after 1. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Bridgewater now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. And he finds Howard complete. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Now Carr with a give to Murray. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early byes and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin. Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and score. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Carr. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Carr. That's complete to Butler. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Carr. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. Interesting stat line right now. And technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Bridgewater. Got a man, it's Brown. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Play action now. Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
No, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Carr now to throw. That's caught by Howard. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, let's go. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Gay's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the late turnover, that turns into 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize and get the three that you just mentioned on the other side of the field, kicking themselves. You think they'll be talking about ball security in the locker room?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. That'll be the first talking point. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach in this?
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch twist. Check 52.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. He only needed about a foot there, but there was nowhere to run.
Yeah, almost felt like he was trying to get a bigger play. He knew he only needed a short amount of yardage, but instead, trying to find something bigger to pop, sometimes you just have to take those dirty runs, pick up the yardage you need, and start over with a new set of downs.
Jones. There he goes left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
So what did you say earlier, my man? You said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it, that despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times,
at some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Carr turns, hands to Murray. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running right, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go play action for Murray. Now Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again, to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Carr. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he's taken down inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Carr now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Hassan Reddick. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater to throw it. And John Brown's got it complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Bridgewater. They're able to find Dorsett. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I'm going to hit you all day.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Slam, slam, slam.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They go with Murray again. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So now the Cowboys down 13-7, a minute 13 to play. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but it'll be second down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
He's back to throw, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Eagles, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number.